imagine in your head this picture. Jesus and his crew, it's just a few guys at this point. Not the whole 12 disciples haven't been called together. There's about 3 or 4. And they're walking. There's a crowd with Jesus because he's teaching as he's walking. And he's walking to the next city. And this leper comes running up to him. And in that moment, everybody else knew, we got to scatter. Time to skedaddle. Like, so if somebody's running at you with that sickness, everybody else just would have taken off. Like John and Peter were there at this point. You know Peter just must have been booking it. Just like, oh, no, not me. And as we know from later on in the Easter story, Peter's not that fast, so he probably is like getting outrun by John. It's like, no, I'm going to get sick first. So they all just scatter, and it's like they dive in the bushes, they dive behind trees, and they all like slowly peek out and look. This isn't in the text, this is just in my mind when I see. And they slowly look around for the tree and to see where Jesus ran off to. And Jesus didn't run. And they're like, wait a minute, no! Like, that's our point. Like, run, Jesus! Just thinking like, what are you doing? And Jesus stands here on the trail. And this man approaches him, has this conversation with him, and Jesus touches the man. Jesus reaches out into contamination, into sin. He reaches out into sickness and puts his hand on that man. And that man had not felt physical touch in years. The second he contracted his disease, nobody touched him ever again. And Jesus, full well, could have been like, oh, dude, you're healed, like from a distance. He could have just yelled it, like, don't even come over here. Like, you're fine. But he lets the man get all the way up to him. The man says, I believe that you could do it. Jesus goes, I can do it. And he puts his hand on that leper, and the leprosy immediately leaves. Now, the Jews, who are Jesus' disciples, watching from afar, see this, and they would have been very intrigued by this. Because being good Jews and good students of the Torah and good students of the Tanakh and knowing their scriptures in and out, they would have known only one person can make leprosy go away. And that's God himself. That has to be an act of God. So that would have been, they would have looked at him and been like, Moses never made leprosy go away. Noah never made leprosy go away. Abraham never made leprosy go away. They're like, this has to be somebody who is right next door to God, if not God himself, because no one has ever made this sickness go away. And Jesus said, I will it, be healed. Places his hand on him, and the man goes away healed. And so we see in this combination that, yes, Jesus heals the physical infirmity, but first things first, he deals with the ultimate problem. In healing this man, the first thing that had to happen before he was physically healed is that the sin must be removed. And when Jesus said, I will it, and he touched him, the sin goes away, the healing follows after. It's a powerful element that Jesus did not have to touch that man and reached out and did that anyway. I love that so much.